EPF just moved the goalpost. The retirement number isn't 240,000 ringgit anymore. It's 1.3 million ringgit. And I don't think anyone told you. Hey, if you saw my last video asking whether 1 million ringgit is enough to retire in Malaysia, I need to update you because the target just moved officially. EPF rolled out something called the Retirement Income Adequacy Framework, or RIA, this year. And it replaces the old single number everyone used to quote, 240,000 ringgit, with 3 tiers: basic, adequate, and enhanced. Let me break down what each one actually means for you. Basic is RM 390,000 ringgit by age 60. That's the bare minimum EPF say you need just to survive. And by their own numbers, it only gives you about 1,000 ringgit to 1,300 ringgit a month for 20 odd years. That's below what most people in Klang Valley spend just on rent and groceries. Adequate is 650,000 ringgit. This meant to give you a slightly more comfortable retirement, but it's still tight if you are in the city, still have a car loan, or want to help your kids with education. Enhanced is 1.3 million ringgit. This is the number that actually lets you retire with breathing room, travel a little, handle a medical emergency without panicking, live without recalculating your grocery bills every week. Here's the part that should worry you. As of this year, only about 38% of active EPF members have even hit the basic savings benchmark, not adequate, not enhanced, basic. That means the majority of working Malaysians are on track for less than 1,000 ringgit a month in retirement. Now, EPF also restructured how your contribution gets split. And this matters because it changes how much control you actually have. Your monthly contribution now goes into 3 accounts. 75% goes into Akaun Persaraan, that's locked in purely for retirement. You can't touch it early. 15% goes into Akaun Sejahtera, which you can use for housing, education, or healthcare. And 10% goes into Akaun Fleksibel, which you can withdraw anytime for anything. That Akaun Fleksibel is one that I want you to be careful with. It's designed to give you flexibility for emergencies. But if you treat it like spending money every time there's a sales or a holiday, you are quietly leaking your own retirement fund 10% at a time. I've seen this happen. It doesn't feel like a big decision in the moment. It adds up to a very big gap by the time you are 55. So what should you actually do with this information? If you're in your 20s or 30s, this is good news, not bad news. You have time. Even hitting the enhanced target of 1.3 million ringgit is realistic if you start voluntary EPF top-ups now and let the compounding do the work over 20-30 years. The earlier you start, the smaller the monthly amount needs to be. If you're in your 40s or 50s and you're closer to the basic tier than the enhanced tier, you still have an option. But EPF alone will not get you there. This is where a proper investment and retirement plan outside EPF becomes non-negotiable, not optional. And if you're not sure which tier you're actually tracking towards right now, that's the first thing to find out before you make any other financial decision this year, because you can't plan a fix for a gap you haven't measured. I help people figure exactly where they stand against these 3 tiers and build a realistic plan to close the gap. Whether that's EPF top-up, PRS, or investments outside EPF, if you want to know your numbers, message me on WhatsApp, links in my bio, and we'll go through it together. I'll see you in the next one.